What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Kevin Lindsay here. I'm here to talk to you today about some coaching news that took place this week. And no, it is not the Wayne County head football coach position. Unfortunately, I don't have any info that I can share quite yet about what's going on with that one. But one thing that I do want to talk about is some coaching news that took place with our All-Star games. Our All-Star coaches were selected this week, and I think it kind of flew under the radar. There was obviously a lot going on. Obviously, you have everything going on with the Big House with the semifinal and the championship games being played at the Mississippi Coliseum to decide who our basketball champions will be. And I think because of that, the All-Star coach selection kind of went under the radar. And specifically for our area, for this Jones, Jasper, Smith County, Wayne County corridor, I kind of think that it went under the area. So I just want to kind of talk about and spotlight those coaches that made those rosters and will be coaching some of our brightest athletes, right? Some of our brightest seniors this year in the Mississippi-Alabama game and the Bernard-Blackwell North-South game. So I'll start off with the Mississippi-Alabama game, which is set to take place December the 12th, and it will be in Alabama. I want to name the head coach of that one, Mr. Patrick Schooler from Pearl. He's been at Pearl for a couple of years now, trying to bring that program back. They had a lot of success, and he's trying to bring them and kind of right the ship there in Pearl. So Patrick Schooler, he will be taking over as the head coach for the Mississippi team, and we have a coach from right around here that will serve on his staff as an assistant, and that is Dan Brady from Stringer. Dan has Stringer really as a dark horse, 1A team this year. He had them going in the right direction. He has revitalized that program. The Red Devils had become stagnant, I think, a little bit. That would be one word to describe them. And Dan got there just a couple of years ago. He's turned them around and, again, made them a dark horse pick in 1A. They went 9-3 overall this past year. Just had a really good season. And Brady and his coaching staff were a big part of that. This is Brady's first selection as the Mississippi-Alabama game on this coaching staff. He does have experience in an all-star game as being a coach, I should say, because he served in, I think he said 2017 and 2020 on the North-South game. In 2020, I was there. He was the head coach of that game with the South. And it was really fun, really cool to see him interact with all the different players. Obviously, Coach Brady is a wing tee guy, so it was really cool seeing how he coached guys who were primarily out of the shotgun and things like that. And obviously, he had some big running backs. There was a running back from Laurel, I remember, and I know he loved being able to coach a really good kid that was a really big running back at the time. So he'll be on that coaching staff there, and I'm going to move over to the Bernard-Blackwell North-South game. It takes place on December the 19th, and it'll be played in Gulfport. Starts right at the top here. Heidelberg head coach Daryl Carter. He's going to be coaching the South team, and he's bringing one of his assistants with him, Malik Lofton. That's another name that you should know, especially if you're around the Wayne County area. You should know that name. So he's been an assistant with Coach Carter there at Heidelberg. Carter took Heidelberg to a 12-3 overall record this year. Made a state championship appearance. Just a really good team. Explosive offense all throughout the year. So Coach Carter, he'll be at the helm of that team. Assistant coaches, you have Casey Harrington from South Jones, obviously head coach at South Jones. He's been a part of that South Jones program that they have been consistent, and I think that's a really good thing for that program. Obviously, they started off really hot. They had an undefeated record up until about midway. I think they were 6 or 7, maybe 7-0. They defeated they defeated West Jones in that stretch. He took them to the playoffs where they were ultimately defeated by Wayne County. But he's got them in the playoffs and things like that. Coach Harrington is a great coach, and he's a great selection to serve on that South All-Star team. And then you have, I want to give a shout out to this guy, Drew Granger. He's a head coach at Summerall. He was formerly at Taylorsville, and he kind of what I talked about with Dan Brady and all of that, kind of turning Summerall back around. Obviously taking over for a long-time head coach there, and he put Summerall immediately in the right direction. And I think that's a really good selection as assistant coach for the South team. So I want to give a shout out to Drew Granger. And finally, the scout coach is Corey Reynolds. Corey, who just resigned as head coach of the West Jones Mustangs. He's a state championship winning coach. He'll serve as the scout coach for the South team. Obviously, again, reiterate, the Mississippi-Alabama game is taking place on December the 12th. It will be in Alabama this year since it was played at South Jones this past year. And then December the 19th is the Bernard-Blackwell All-Star game. The best North players and the best South players, they compete to see which one is better. And both of those games are really fun to go to. I enjoy going to the Bernard-Blackwell game and seeing the North and South and seeing all these Mississippi players. I love the fact that they put all the different stickers and stuff on their helmets. That's really cool. And the Bernard-Blackwell game, it's just a fun event overall. Obviously, the Mississippi-Alabama game is too. You see some of the state's top talent from both sides of the state there. So that should be a fun one. Rosters have not been announced, and if I understand, unless something completely changed, if you see a senior kid this year, a senior student who's having just a big year and they did not get selected to the roster, from my understanding, they take the junior year stats. So they take last year's performance, and that's how they select who's going to be on the team. So they select well in advance. I'm not really sure why completely, to be completely honest with you, but I do know that they take the previous year's stats and performances, and that's how they select the team. Because I know a few years back, I think it was Scotty Phillips, former South Jones running back, who ended up going to the NFL and playing. He was not selected to an all-star game, and there was a lot of confusion on why he was not selected. It was because the previous year, I think it was he got injured and wasn't able to play very much and didn't put up a lot of big stats or anything. So that's kind of how they do it. We'll probably, as soon as they announce the rosters and all that in the coming weeks and months, I'll probably do a video on it. But anyway, that is what I've got with you today. Again, tomorrow, 6 p.m., I'll be at the Big House, actually, as Laurel plays Holmes County Central for the 5A state championship. Laurel by 50, baby. You guys have a great day.